Good night or not, it's time for you to wake up already. How long are you going to let it keep using you, Sukaru?
If the voice in your head is you, who's the one listening? Side characters with main character syndrome was a really fun video to do. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I was thinking about doing an anime edition. I just didn't know if anybody was interested. Wait a minute. Enhance? Enhance? Enhance! Bam! Say no more. Let's go.
From 2 a.m. to 2 in the afternoon. It's a festival right in my room.
Stop it or I'll report you to the proper authorities.
Knock yourself out. I don't plan to chat for very long.
He spoke to me! He spoke to me!
Sesshomaru Gojo is one of the side characters of all time. Don't know about you idiots, but I'm gonna tell my kids Gojo was the main character of JJK. Yuji Tadori, eat your heart out.
What are you doing?
Okay, I didn't mean that, but sure, I'll commit to the bit. The entire cast of Jujutsu Kaisen is on a glazing marathon. Oh, Gojo's dancing. Gojo's that, and I'm so powerful. Nobody can withstand my blah 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 technique except for Gojo.
Aside from Satoru Gojo, of course.
He's the strongest.
Even Gojo fangirls over Gojo.
Name all the things you like about Satoru Gojo! See who names the most! My turn! Everything!
You just keep on thinking that way.
It's hard to tell when to take him seriously, but when he wants you to take him seriously, you'll take him seriously. This is because of his wacky slush technique, or as he calls it,
The 6 Eyes and the Limitless technique.
the 6 Eyes gives him what is effectively omniscience over his opponents and more importantly over his manipulation of cursed energy, which perfectly complements the Limitless technique. Using Limitless, he harnesses the positive and negative forces of infinity, creating a ripple in the fabric of space-time itself.
What the hell?
Which is a long way of saying, oh baby, this guy's fucking OP. The Hollow Purple's gotta be like top 2 anime alchemy attack maneuvers, and it's not 2. But I love OP characters. He's Omni-Man, he's All Might, Avatar the Last Airbender. No, he's the last Walkbender.
Purple.
Walkie slush.
He's like Dave Blunt's, but Asian. Make way, Yuji, you're just too weak and puny to be the main character. Gojo is a walking, talking power scale. I'm pretty sure Gojo hijacks the entire show for like 10 episodes straight at one point. But to his credit, if most of y'all were born with his powers, imagine the carnage. Imagine an apocalypse during an apocalypse, okay? That's what you would cause. Gojo's actually extremely responsible with his godlike abilities. Just taking a quick dip into his backstory, Gojo is what we call over here in America a Manchurian candidate. He's a person specifically bred to fight.
The balance of the world changed when Satoru Gojo was born.
Quit looking at me, weakling.
The balance of the world changed when Gojo was born. Is that not the most main character thing you could say about a guy? You know how Aang is trapped in a ball of ice at the beginning of that show? That's kind of how Gojo ends up later on, except it's a meat cube. His power just nerfs everybody around him to the point where they can't even fight him, they just more so have to restrain him. The main contention of his character becomes this existential question that basically transcends the show itself.
Do you think you're the strongest because you're Satoru Gojo? Or are you Satoru Gojo because you're the strongest?
Just what are you trying to say?
It's damn near impossible to cover Gojo without addressing Geto's famous question, simply because it's a vertex, a turning point in the most important relationship of the entire show. Most anime channels have already covered this question diligently, but obviously they haven't reached the level of analysis that I will now demonstrate. By far the easiest way to unpack this question is to flip it into a statement of equal rhetorical value. Then suddenly Geto's not asking the question out of curiosity, he's more so telling Gojo, you wouldn't be the guy you are without your powers. Either that's the case or he completely lacks free will. It's sort of a mental checkmate. Very facetious of you, Geto. And it also brings clarity to the question of that main character syndrome thing. I think Gojo is self-centered simply because he can't help it, because he's the actual center of the universe in terms of cursed energy manipulation. There is no other more justifiable case of main character syndrome, I fear. So I guess it's okay to be a stupid little groupie in this case.
If I can catch up to him, maybe I can get him to take a picture with me!
Behold, the main character of my favorite anime of all time.
Inuyasha! Fetch boy!
Kagome, stop treating me like a dog!
You might have heard of him. He's this half-demon dog man. Anyway, this is Inuyasha's cooler, handsomer, full-demon older brother, Sesshomaru, which, if you don't know Sesshomaru...
Your stupidity knows no bounds.
Little goblins cream their pants over Sesshomaru.
He's beautiful.
And he's everyone's one that got away.
I wanted to see him again before I died. Just one more time. That's all.
I'm not gonna lie, he even confuses me sometimes.
Nigga, you gay.
You can't prove that. Alright, I'm totally gay for you, Sesshomaru.
The path I walk is the way of supreme conquest, and it is power that will reveal the way for me.
Sesshomaru is an elitist through and through, even for feudal Japan, and that's saying something.
You're only a human, so back off, shut up, and butt out.
But, what do you know? You're just a... Huh?
Inuyasha, your patience with this creature is astonishing to me.
But at the same time, his cold-heartedness doesn't really translate into this sadistic, demonic character you'd expect out of a dog demon. There's a certain amount of charm he possesses that no other character has on the show.
Kagome! Inuyasha, make her stop.
Haters will say it was just a coincidence that he actually got rid of her later that episode.
Kagome, go back to your own era!
I'm not really confident I can do such a mysterious character any justice in describing him. For the most part, you just had to beat her. Like, imagine you never heard of this show. Based on this Die compilation, who do you think is the main character?
Die!
What just happened?
Die!
Die.
He's a true stoic.
Not exactly Mr. Personality, is he?
No, not really, Shippo, but I dare you to say that to his face.
Do you honestly believe you can impede me with demons as weak as these? Well, that is why I did 1,000 of them. What? All of them at once?
I've thought about this for a while, and I'm convinced that Sesshomaru is a bad guy with a good guy's weapon. His sword, the Tesseiga, ends up becoming a bit of a surrogate moral compass, for lack of a better term.
Tenseiga was only cast off Tetsaiga to be rid of Meido's Aunt Getsuha. Now, after inheriting this unwanted sword from my father, I'm supposed to use it to aid Inuyasha?
Sesshomaru doesn't feel compelled to save Inuyasha as much as the sword does, considering Inuyasha has de-limbed him twice at this point. The first time it was because of self-defense, but the second time it was just completely petty. With that being said, Sesshomaru kind of had more in common with the main antagonist Naraku, but with their utter disdain for Inuyasha, albeit for two completely different reasons. You see, Naraku is just a power-hungry incel in every sense of the word, while Sesshomaru is high-key hell-bent on taking the sword his deceased father passed down to Inuyasha, much like an older sibling fighting over what was passed down to them in the will.
I have never considered that lowly half-demon to be my brother.
Again, Sesshomaru is an elitist, so he thinks he's entitled to the Tetseiga, unlike his filthy-singing half-human brother. Watching Sesshomaru's journey is just as satisfying as watching Inuyasha's journey, since their paths converge on account of them both getting backdoored by Naraku.
Do you intend to use me to exact your revenge?
Yes. How dare you exploit my master?
Sounds interesting. I shall accept the arm from you.
Master, please reconsider!
Very well, Naraku. You have yourself a deal.
The one time our simp Lord Jockin is right, Sesh doesn't listen. And you can't really blame him. Anyway, this is the type of main character syndrome I could rock with, because Sesshomaru brings you into his world, but he carries himself like not a camera whore. I'm fully convinced that Sesshomaru is just on a massive side quest that coincidentally ties into the main plot. That's the level of finesse we're talking here. His role as the emotionally stunted, heartless demon is the disposition we get to see him overcome, all while being a complete Chad.
Oh no, he's hot!
His father knew once Sesshomaru had somebody to protect, he'd reach his power. So what, he doesn't have a main character's sword, he's still got a main character heart.
You seeing this? They're lying on each other, butt naked! Are you seeing the nude? They're totally boning!
Aira from Dandadan is the next most compelling case of main character syndrome I've seen. Spoiler alert, she'll be following in Diddy's steps on this one.
I need to confess my love.
Are you out of your mind? You're acting like you're possessed or something. Please control yourself.
Turns out there's an alarmingly short amount of time between him saying this and her actually becoming possessed. Like, a girl who knows what she wants is completely fine. Just, my boy's not going for it, and I think he's having a seizure. See, the tooth clicking, that was funny. One might say charming, but this...
Akakura, hurry up.
is hilarious. I mean, harassment. It's hilarious harassment. Plus, hurry up is crazy. And I'll explain to you why when you're much older. Aira has main character syndrome because she can't help but solicit random attention and sympathy from complete strangers. I'm sure we all know a person just like Aira.
It was totes traumatic, and I need some time to process it. Damn, I'm popular. Times like this make the work I put into building it so worth it.
Shameless aura farming is her modus operandi. I never thought I'd see someone actually be able to physically consume attention, but then again, I just met Aira.
Did you see that guy? You see his face? He looked so hilarious. He totally fell for me. He'll be dreaming about me till he's old. I made that four-eyed loser's day.
And that's what you get for aura farming, poor Okura. Everybody knows he can't fight his simp urges. Good news is, all that aura farming finally caught up to her and she f***ed around and found out. Literally got an aura transplant. Can't make this shit up.
You'll never bring Aira back to life like that. But I know a better way. Give my aura to her.
Aira's aura transplant basically results in the same type of possession Okarun experiences, further convoluting the love triangle that is Dandadan.
Are you hurt? Yeah. I can see your voices. Exposing yourself to me can only mean one thing. You want to take our relationship to the next level. Very well.
You know how some characters go from strength to strength? This bitch go from strange to strange. Literally gatekeeping the main character's nuts is her claim to fame. She doesn't have any real hobbies outside of this creepy savior complex she's developed for Okarun.
It's my duty as a beautiful girl.
This savior complex is a plot device that does two things. One, it conveniently externalizes her intense narcissism. And two, it also positions her between Momokurun, you know, the actual main characters.
Okay, what was that?
No, you can't feel this way. Not when you're a human. And he's a demon. It'll never work.
Aira's main character syndrome in a nutshell is about a girl who has conspiracies about conspiracy theorists who are uncovering an actual conspiracy. Wait.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, let me try again. Okarun is obsessed with ETs, and Momo is obsessed with the paranormal, while Aira is just self-obsessed. Pop quiz, which one of those obsessions is extremely irrelevant to the overall plot?
Oh my gosh, that's gotta be what she's planning! She's building an unholy army to prepare for the coming of Ragnarok!
I highly doubt that. The endless semantics of this love triangle is what makes this show so special. I've never seen an anime where the antagonist slash protagonist slash deuteragonist all meander along the same plot lines so seamlessly. Cause while Aira doesn't mind having her life saved by Momo multiple times, in terms of character motivation, Momo and Aira are never on the same page despite sharing the same common interests more often than not.
Cut the crap! Keep your mind on the mission. If we can't work together as a team, we're dead.
Right. You're not the leader. I am, but you're right.
What? I don't keep up with the manga, so I'm not spoiled on anything past the point of episode 13, but I have a sneaking suspicion that Aira will continue to find new creative ways to make everything about her, even though she is a hardcore side character.
I'll murder you!
Jesus Christ. All right, Gojo, you're the mainest side character there is. You creep. As per usual, doing these videos, by the end of it, I'm extremely delirious. Please don't hesitate to rattle off any anime or any other kind of side character that I didn't mention in this list or should potentially make another video on. If you made it this far, you might as well go all the way and subscribe. Thank you to those who stuck with the channel through this short hiatus. And if you don't like or subscribe, I actually hold no hard feelings at all. I just wish I could say the same for Sesh. For now, this has been Adrenaline Flux, and until next time, blah, blah.